Hello there, very good evening and welcome to your Primetime News Bulletin. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Jitendra Gunasena. Let's start off with a look at the headlines.
6 A-level students drown after their boat capsizes in Jaffna. Tempers flare the Western Provincial Council. Councillors damage the maze. The Colombo Defence Seminar commences under the auspices of the President. Court notices issued to Chairman of Avantgarde. Sergeant Divas Gunawardena appears before police FCID. Special revelation on a mystery game of hide and seek.
A tense situation erupted today during a special session of the Western Provincial Council. The special session was convened to debate the 20th Amendment to the Constitution.
At the start of the session, the Chief Minister called for a party leaders' meeting and the session was temporarily suspended for 15 minutes.
Based on the agreement of the party leaders and the members of the council, the debate on the constitutional amendment need to be postponed. However, we need the consent of the council to do this.
The Chief Minister then proposed that the 20th Amendment be debated during the next council session and moved to adjourn the council session. A tense situation occurred when several members of the ruling party began to voice their objections in this regard. Our correspondent also notes that several councillors also attempted to seize the mace of the council. Our report also noted that in the chaos that ensued, the mace was damaged. When the session reconvened, a vote was held to decide the matter. Based on the majority consent, a decision was reached to have the debate on the 4th of next month during the next council session. Addressing a media briefing this afternoon in Mathura, a group of UPFA councillors, aligned with the joint opposition, stated that they will convene a session of the Southern Provincial Council with the consent of a number of ruling party members.
When the council convened on the 22nd, the Chief Minister of the Southern Province did not attend the session. By the 20th, the Governor was informed in writing to provide information whether the Provincial Council agrees or disagrees with the 20th Amendment within 14 days. It also states that if the Provincial Council fails to provide this information, the Governor would take it as an agreement with the amendments and note it down. The Chief Minister did not act on this. Therefore, the ruling party members of the UPFA decided to convene a special session with the consent of 27 members.
The 20th Amendment to the Constitution was recently defeated at the Uva Provincial Council.
Tensions flared between SLFP Kasbah electorate organizer Chandana Katrarachi and journalists yesterday during a media briefing which had been convened to raise awareness on the establishment of the electorate's Balamandalaya.
මිනිස්සු ගෙවල්ල ගිහිල්ලා වාඩිලා මේක දාගෙන බලනකොට ගෙදර ගෑණි දරුවෝ ඉස්සරහට පච වෙන්නේ මිනිස්සු පිට මිනිස්සු තමයි කවන්නේ නැහැ. තමන් ගෑණි දරුවෝ ඉස්සරහට පච වෙන්නේ. මම ඒක ඔබතුමා කියන කාරණාව තේරුණා. ඔබතුමා මට කතා කරපු විදිහත් වැරදිනවා. නෑ තමන් දෙපාරක් විතර නියම දෙන්න ආවා. හොඳ මම බැලුවා මේක පස්සට ගන්න අර මේවා මම දැන් මේක මෙයාටයි තියෙනවා. මේ කරුණා කරලා මේ කතා කරපු විදිහට ගන්න දෙපා මම දෙපාරක් විතර මමත් පුරුදුන් දේශපාලනය කරන්නේ නැහැ. හොඳේ කරුණා කරලා මේ වලට බැරි නම් මේ නෑ මේ ඔයා මට පැහැදිලි කිරීමකට අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. තමයි දෙපාරක් විතර කතා කරපු විදිහට මට තේරුණා. හොඳේ ඒක නෑ මෙයාට කියන්න ඔයා මෙයාට කියන්න ඔයාලට ඕනේ මෙයාට කියා ගන්න. මට කියා ගන්න එපා.
ඔබතුමා පුදුම මාර්ග කරනවා. අපි ඔබතුමාට කියන කතා කරනකොට පුදුම මාර්ග කරන කතා කරනවා. හැමදාම වෙන්නේ ඉච්චර. ඉතරයි මොකද? ඒක වඩා හොඳට ඔබතුමා අපි කරන ක්‍රමවේදය අපි අවුරුදු ගානක් අපි කරන ක්‍රමවේදයක් අපි අපි ලස්සනට වැඩක් කරන විදියක් තියෙනවා. අපි ඒකනේ පැහැදිලි කරනවා.
නෑ අපි අත්දකින්න නැති කට්ටිය අපි දන්නේ නැහැ පාර්ලිමේන්තු නියෝජනය කරන්නේ නැහැ. අපි කරන්නේ නැහැ. මා තමයි දන්නේ කියලා අපි පත් අවුරුදු දෙක කියලා අත්දකින්න දෙයක් කියලා.
උපමාරි කරගන්න කියන එක විතරයි අපි කියන්නේ.
දැන් තවසේ තවත් මේ කතා කරනවානේ මොකද්ද දැන් මේ කතාව තේරුම? ඒක කියන්නේ යම් විදිහට මම කියනවා. එළිය ගන්න ඕනේ මේක මම කියන්නේ. එළිය ගන්න කොහෙද? දැන් මේ බලවන්නේ ලේක භාණ්ඩකාරික. හොඳයි දැන් මේ වර්ෂේ බලවන්නේ භාණ්ඩකාරික. එයා මෙතනට එනවා. එයාගේ නෝන දරුවෝ කියනවා මේ මෙයා පිළිගන්නන්දී ප්‍රධාන ව්‍යාපාරික කොහොමද? හොඳයි. ඒතකොට දැන් මේ වර්ෂේ විතර ගිහිල්ලා ඒක ගෑන් ලයිසෙකුත් නැහැ. ටීවී නෑ වර්ෂය.
මේ පුදුම අපි කරන්නේ මෙතන එක්කන කතා කරනවා මෙතෙන්ට ඇවිල්ලා පුදුම වාදලා කරනවා. මට තුන්සු මොකද කියනවා කවුද මේ මෙතෙන්ට වෙලකම් බලනවා. ඒ වගේ නෑ.
මේ තමුසේ කලාවට නතර කරනවා නැත්නම් උත්තර ගන්න අවසාන වශයෙන් කියන්නේ දැන් මේ තර්කයන් ඉස්මත් කරන්නේ මෙතන කලාවේ අතර උසරට ගයිඩ් එකේ තමුසට මත එක්කවරකින් දරුවෝ මේ මගේ වචනේ කාලේ මොකද මොකද මේ අවුරුදු 20 ගාමලට ගාපි නම මේ මොකද මේ ගමේ වඩි මේ තමුසේ කතාව අප රාජකාරී කරනවා පිට තියෙන්නේ හෙලෝ.
In other local news, Chairman of the Elections Commission Mahinda Deshapriya announced that local government elections will be held on or before the 9th of December.
Deshapriya was a chief guest yesterday at a table tennis tournament held at St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia Indoor Sports Complex.
The Gazette notice constituting the local government authorities will come into effect from the 1st of October. We hope to complete all preliminary preparations by then. As soon as the Act is certified, we are hoping to conduct the elections on or before the 9th of December. If we are unable to hold it on or before that date, we may have to postpone the elections to the first 2 weeks of January. The ordinary level examinations will commence after the 9th of December and we may not be able to allocate a Saturday for the elections. No, it is unlikely. If the proposed 20th Amendment is adopted in Parliament and if it becomes law, then the elections will be postponed. If this does not transpire, then the Elections Commission will issue notice for elections for the Eastern, North Central and Sabaragamu provinces on the 2nd of October.
President Maithripala Sirisena laid the foundation stone today for a music academy to be constructed in memory of Sri Lanka Abhimanya Dr. Pandit Amaradeva. The ceremony was held at the Apegama complex in Battaramulla.
The academy has been constructed following a request made by Pandit Amaradeva to the government during his lifetime and in line with a pledge made by President Sirisena during the funeral of the great musician. The academy, which has been built in a 120-perch area, will comprise of a library, an archive, a museum and a conservatorium. The Raman Magsaysay Award, which was presented to Pandit Amaradeva, was entrusted to the President at this event by Vimala Amaradeva.
The idea of establishing an academy has been around for some time now, but it has been deferred on several occasions. In the present, however, it has been undertaken in earnest, and we are grateful to His Excellency the President for spearheading this endeavour. This is no minor task, and allow music lovers to associate with him again.
Join us again after this short commercial break. Welcome back to the news. In other local news, former Minister Ravi Karunanayake, who resigned last month in a storm of controversy as a result of revelations from the Presidential Commission of Inquiry on bond issuances, has been entrusted with the responsibility of overseeing a rural infrastructure development program, a public-funded project.
This letter dated the 22nd of August 2017 bears the signature of MP Ravi Karunanayake. It has been printed on a letterhead bearing the emblem of the state and designates Karunanayake as Assistant Leader of the UNP and Chief Organizer of the Colombo North Electorate. The letter has been addressed to all Cabinet, State and Deputy Ministers from the UNP, UNP Members of Parliament and all UNP Electorate Organisers. Through this letter, Karunanayake requests that his office be informed of all rural infrastructure development projects proposed by the Ministry of National Policies and Economic Affairs for the year 2017. The Minister of National Policies and Economic Affairs is Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Karunanayake requests through this letter that all information be provided before the 30th of August and lists the names and telephone numbers of 2 coordinators who can be contacted for further information. The letter mentions a special program for rural infrastructure development.
You have issued a letter to all parliamentarians and ministers requesting information on the development of the rural areas within their constituencies. You have also been given an office at Temple Trees and you have also been given a title as well.
What is wrong with that? Thank you. We do not need titles to work for the people. This government has been appointed by the people to serve the people. Our aim is to continuously help the people. I am the assistant leader of the UNP.
Assistant leader?
From day one, we are dedicated to protecting the Prime Minister, the party and most importantly the people, and we are fulfilling it accordingly.
No, we have not made such an appointment. It is not a request that he made either. Under the Prime Minister's ministry, financial allocations have been made for a rural development program and several key persons have been selected to coordinate it. It is incorrect to say that this is solely being handled by Ravi Karunanayake as it is being implemented through the Prime Minister's ministry.
Ravi Karunanayake was made to resign as a cabinet minister after information came to light at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry on Bond Insurances that he had purchased a luxury apartment with the involvement of the company Perpetual Treasuries and Arjun Aloysius. It is of note that Aloysius' father-in-law, the former central bank governor Arjuna Mahendran, accused of involvement in the alleged bond scam, was also given a position in the government by the Prime Minister when Mahendran's term as governor was not extended.
What is the impression the general public will get when the Prime Minister houses rogues who have been charged with wrongdoing? This position is similar to that of a cabinet minister and a ministerial position. So we ask the President, what is the decision he will give? Is it their duty to house thieves and protect them?
Discrepancies have been discovered in the documents that were provided to the attorneys assisting the Presidential Commission of Inquiry by Perpetual Treasuries Limited. Newsfirst.lk reports on Bondgate.
Additional Solicitor General Milinda Gunatilaka from the Aegis Department, who are the team of lawyers assisting the Presidential Commission of Inquiry, informed the Commission that they have found discrepancies in a number of documents that were given to them by Perpetual Treasuries Limited. Now, Perpetual Treasuries Limited had given 2 sets of the exact copies of the documents in relation to the transactions of their final sales. Now, the Aegis Department pointed out that in these 2 copies of transaction sets, there are discrepancies between the same document in both sets. They said one document says one name and the same document in the other set that was given to them says another name, and so far in one of those sets they have found around 25 discrepancies in relation to these transactions of the final sales. For the auction dated the 27th of February 2015, Perpetual Treasuries Limited placed a bid of 2 billion rupees on its own account and 13 billion rupees through the Bank of Ceylon. PTL's total bid was 15 times the amount on offer and 5 billion rupees was accepted. The Primary Dealer Code of Ethics states that trading intentions of a primary dealer, including the volume, price and the yield, should remain confidential. However, in this instance, PTL bid through BOC, which according to the Attorney General's Department was in violation of the Code of Ethics. Kasun Palisena, the Chief Executive Officer of Perpetual Treasuries Limited, said it entered into a repurchase agreement or short-term borrowing to obtain bonds for the 2 billion rupees bid that it placed. He said since PTL had 500 million rupees in funds, they used it to purchase a tranche of the bonds and then enter into repurchase agreements. Palisena said the 3 billion bid from BOC was broken into 3 parts of 1 billion rupees each. Thereafter, PTL had entered into a swap transaction with BOC for rupees 2.3 billion. According to the Aegis Department, with the 3 billion due to the BOC and the swap transaction, PTL had only paid the BOC 700 million rupees. Palisena was cautioned by the chairman of the commission to answer the question and thereafter provide any explanations if necessary. The Attorney General's Department cross-examined CEO of PTL, Kasun Palisena, about his reasoning on the government requiring 300 billion rupees for repayment purposes in early 2015. Palisena explained some mini budget proposals had not gone through and no auction took place between December 2014 and the 27th of February 2015. The Aegis Department pointed out in the 100-day statement to Parliament in 2015 the deficit between the original and revised budget was 22 billion rupees. The original budget deficit was 521 billion and the revised was 499 billion. This contradicts Pali's statement that government expenditure increased and required more borrowings. The Aegis Department pointed out there was no instance where 10 times the offer of an auction was accepted between December 2014 and the 27th of February 2015. They pointed out there was no reason for a drastic increase in the amount acceptance simply because there was a 2-month gap between auctions. The Attorney General's Department informed Kasun Palisena that his 300 billion rupee requirement assessment was false. He did not carry out any market analysis ahead of the auction and he bid large amounts off the market rate because he had prior knowledge that a large amount of bids will be accepted. It must be noted, the main holding company of Perpetual Treasuries Limited is Perpetual Capital Private Limited. Arjun Aloysius and Jeffrey Aloysius are listed as owners of Perpetual Capital Private Limited. Arjun Aloysius is the son-in-law of the former governor of the central bank, Arjuna Mahendran.
Reports emerged recently regarding the government of good governance working on bringing down reputed international universities such as the Massachusetts Institute of Technology or MIT to Sri Lanka. However, Newsfirst has learned that there are no such plans in place by MIT to venture into Sri Lanka.
On the 3rd of this month, the state-run Daily News published an article titled PPP for Berkeley, MIT-style campus here. The article details that cabinet approval had been granted to set up a university of international standards in Sri Lanka with the assistance of the private sector and reputed universities such as Massachusetts Institute of Technology or MIT and University of Berkeley, California. The Daily News reported that the cabinet proposal in this regard has been made by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, adding that the university would be set up under public-private partnership. When Newsfirst inquired into the matter, Media Relations Manager of the MIT News Office, Sarah McDonald, states that MIT has not entered into a public-private partnership with the Sri Lankan government to set up a new university in Sri Lanka. She went on to state that a small number of individual MIT professors, together with professors from other US universities, have previously participated in a study committee to explore the design of a new university, but noted, however, that MIT has no plans to be in Sri Lanka to assist with the establishment of a new university. Similarly, in January this year, we began reporting on a vehicle assembly plant in Kuliapitiya, which members of the ruling party claimed would be linked to German automaker Volkswagen. However, when Newsfirst inquired into the matter, it was revealed by Volkswagen International that there are no plans for Volkswagen brand investments in Sri Lanka. It was also revealed that Volkswagen had not licensed any Sri Lankan company to assemble cars locally. Newsfirst has also reached out to Berkeley University, California, as well as the US Embassy in Colombo to inquire into claims regarding the PPP on a foreign campus. We will have more revelations on this in the future.
The inauguration ceremony of the Colombo Defence Seminar 2017, which is held under the theme Countering Violent Extremism Global Trends, was held under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena this morning.
The Sri Lanka Army launched the Defence Seminar in 2010 with the aim of initiating a dialogue regarding regional and global security issues. This year's conference will see the participation of over 800 delegates, including over 91 foreign military and civil scholars. Minister Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca, State Defence Minister Ruwan Wijewardena and several dignitaries attended the inaugural function.
The Sri Lanka Army is concerned of ensuring destructive, no emergence of violence on its shore and the security of the region and Asia in general. Moreover, with first-hand experiences in defeating terrorism and being in position for a highly trained professional outfit, the Sri Lanka Army earnestly aspires to engage in sharing its related security expertise in playing a vigorous role in influencing the security architecture of Asia and the region, and to strengthen regional integration in security ties.
Today, violence has become a common feature in all parts of the world. We realize the fact that no country in solitude could encounter the situation. Collective defense strategies among nations are vital to reach a pragmatic and appropriate response to a highly dynamic global security environment and anticipated future operational requirements. This call for all nations to work together and formulate a consolidated national security strategy.
Economic inequality and distress are not easily remedied without basic good governance and the positive influence of the actions of responsible government. How do we do this? By restoring their confidence in the ability of governments to provide effective security. We need to share the good intelligence. We need to actually improve governance, not talk about it, get it done. No more talk, action, results, results, results. We're unlikely to be effective in countering this violent extremism until we recognize it as a global menace that requires an all-encompassing, all-aspect, across-the-board cooperative effort.
And with that, we go in for a short commercial break. Stay with News First.
Welcome back. Former MP Sajin Divasgunawardena has once again appeared at the Police Financial Crimes Investigation Division at 9:45 a.m. today.
Gunawardena visited the FCID to provide a statement on purchasing 2 buses on a lease from a private company for the now defunct Lanka Airline during the time of the previous regime.
No, there were investigations, but I have given statements on all of them. Those were not relevant to my portfolio. Hasn't the FCID and the Attorney General's Department completed investigations into everyone else? I have fulfilled my duty.
Mahinda says that he is the party president and the Maitri faction says that he is the party president. Who are we to accept as party president?
No, it is not that way. Mahinda Rajapaksa is the former leader of our party. He is the former leader of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. President Maithripala Sirisena is the current leader of the party. There is no problem of leadership between the two of them. I do not think this is the case. I believe he offered a response in agitation when he was questioned. President Maithripala Sirisena is the president of our party. I do not think anyone can dispute that.
Former Minister Jayaratna Herath was stripped of his position as SLFP organizer of the Polgahavale electorate today on charges of criticizing the party. Reports are emerging that the SLFP is preparing to cancel the party membership of several parliamentarians on charges such as promoting another political party.
We have received reports that the SLFP is planning on cancelling the party membership of 8 individuals who are carrying forward the destructive activities of the former president. These parliamentarians include Pavitra Vanyarachi, Johnston Fernando, Prasanna Ranatunga, Prasanna Ranavira, Sanath Nishanta, Rohit Abegunawardena, Luhan Ratwatta and Dilum Amunugama. We expect these individuals to be removed, and we also expect cases to be filed against these people because they have many allegations against them. At a time when they are preparing to celebrate the 66th anniversary of the party, we believe that this is a good decision that should be taken to protect the democratic political traditions as well as the future of the party.
Now for some headline-making news. 6 students have died after a boat toppled over in the seas of Mandithivu in Jaffna. According to the police, the students were celebrating the end of their A-level exams when the incident occurred around 1:30 p.m.
The remains of the victims are currently lying at the Jaffna Teaching Hospital. The victims have been identified as residents of Jaffna, Nallur, Kokuvil and Urumbirei.
The main pipeline carrying water from the Kalatuava water purification plant ruptured today, causing a disruption to the water supply in many suburbs around Colombo.
The water supply disruption affected Maharagama, Buralesgamuwa, Kottawa, Pannipitiya, Rukmalgama, Matteguda, Homagama, Mipe and Padukka. The main line had ruptured during excavations that were being carried out to lay new pipelines. While repairs on the ruptured water main commenced this afternoon, when Newsfirst made inquiries, the chairman of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, Alauddin Ansar, noted that the water supply would be restored by dawn tomorrow.
Do you remember the Dubai Marriott hotel deal? Allegations in this regard, as well as many other allegations, were levelled at the individual known as Nandana Lokuvithana. After the existing government came into power, Lokuvithana took steps to commence a tyre factory in the Horana area. Who is protecting such individuals while at the same time suppressing investigations against them? This is a special report.
Former Mayor of Kotte, Janaka Ranawaka, travelled to a plot of land today opposite the Valikada police station within the Kotte municipality, which he claimed was a government land which had been occupied by force. Ranawaka charged that this move had been orchestrated by a prominent member of the government.
This land is worth around 160 million rupees. A prominent politician is occupying this land. Look at the entrance that has been created for this illegally occupied plot of land. This has been done by the RDA when they were building a road for the Kotte Municipal Council. This is a 36-perch plot of land.
A security guard from an adjoining land arrived at the location and began obstructing the activities of the journalists who were present at the occasion. Thereafter, an official arrived to speak with the group from the building located on this plot of land.
Perpetual Ceylon Private Limited.
Here are the facts that the officer from Perpetual Ceylon Private Limited failed to disclose. The current Minister of Development Strategies and International Trade, Malik Samaravikrama, was a shareholder of Perpetual Ceylon, located in number 341/5 Kotte Road, Rajagiriya, as at the 15th of October 2007. There were 3 other shareholders of this company, and 2 of them were German nationals. By the 30th of September 2008, Malik Samaravikrama sold his shares to Hong Kong-based Bridge Holdings, and as at the 14th of July 2017, the shares of Perpetual Ceylon are being held by Nelona Lanka Private Limited. During the time period, Malik Samaravikrama had been in and out of the board of directors of this company. He resigned from the board of directors in October 2008, joined the board once again on the 12th of May 2011, only to quit on the 4th of October 2011. He rejoined the board of directors on the 23rd of November 2011, only to resign once again on the 20th of August 2015. An interesting change occurred on the 15th of December 2016. Perpetual Ceylon, in which Malik Samaravikrama was a shareholder and a director on numerous occasions, appoints Nandana Lokuvithana as one of its directors. The current directors of this company are Nandana Lokuvithana and Mallika Yaddehige. Numerous allegations have been levelled against Nandana Lokuvithana for deals such as the Dubai Marriott Hotel deal, which took place under the tenure of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. The Ceylon Steel Corporation Limited, which is owned by Nandan Lokvithana, enjoyed the benefits of many special tax holidays based on a BOI agreement, and the BOI recently moved to cancel these tax holidays, stating that the company had violated their agreement. Other steel producers have highlighted on a number of occasions that they cannot continue to remain in the industry due to the lack of a level playing field. Although there are numerous allegations against Nandan Lokvithana in a number of institutions, instead of investigating these allegations and taking necessary legal action, this government took steps to assist him to create a tyre factory in the Horana industrial zone and also granted a number of benefits. Who is protecting Nandan Lokvithana? The cat is out of the bag. Mr. President, for your attention.
In sports news, Minister Arjuna Ranatunga has addressed a lengthy letter to the President and Prime Minister on the current crisis facing cricket in Sri Lanka. Convening a media briefing this afternoon, the Minister said the current illegal, corrupt and short-sighted administrative system should be removed and that a cricket administration commission or committee should be appointed.
In the recent past, we have had 3 sports ministers, S.B. Disanayake, Lakshman Kiriyalla and Jeevan Kumaratunga, who appointed interim committees when the sport took a wrong turn. The minister is my colleague. I can speak to him at any time. I think he listens to gamblers more than he listens to me. This is the mistake I see. I will not blame him. Since the decision cannot be made, I decided to go to the 2 top citizens in the country. I say this even today to President Maithripala Sirisena, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and former President Mahinda Rajapaksa as well. Cricket cannot be won through an election. This is the cricket mafia. The people of this country will respond to this someday. The only solution now is to appoint an interim committee. The administration of the sport must be entrusted to the correct people.
Now, stay with us on TV1 for Face the Nation following the news. Tonight promises to be a lively discussion on politics, governance, corruption and the role of the judiciary in Sri Lanka. Taking part in the debate is Executive Director, Centre for Policy Alternatives, Dr. Pakesoti Saravanamuthu, Senior Attorney at Law Gomin Dasri and political commentator Malinda Senaviratne and former MP Professor Rajiv Vijay Singha.
And that's a look at your primetime news bulletin for tonight. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Jitendra Gunasena. Good night and take care.